Alright, so this is the lecture number 97 in our DSC series, and for now we are solving the problems related to recursion. And previously we have seen the problems of calculating the nth term of Fibonacci series. If you are directly coming here, then there are two videos which I would be recommending you before getting started with this video. One is a first video of recursion, and the second video is just prior to this video, which was Fibonacci series using recursion, because those two videos are must to complete this video, because we have started another type of recursion which is having two or multiple calls into our recursive function. So how we should be able to tackle those type of program in which we have two calls, recursive calls or more calls. So you should watch those two videos first. So if you have watched those two videos, then let us start from here. So the problem which we are going to solve today is solve tower of Hanoi using recursion. So if you don't know what is tower of Hanoi, then I would be explaining that also. So if you can see here, we have this tower kind of thing, and I would be explaining here also. Or else let us try to explain what is tower of Hanoi first, because that is important. Fine, so it was the previous explanation actually. Let us try to look at what is tower of Hanoi. So if you know already, then you can skip around 1 minute video, so that your time should not be waste. Time is most important. So we are going to cover tower of Hanoi, TOH. So what is tower of Hanoi? Let us assume these are the three towers. Let us call it as A, B, C. You know what is towers, right? So these are the three towers, and on the first tower, and it can be anything. We can place into this. It can be anything. Let us assume on the first tower, on the A tower, we have n disk. N is what? Let us say n is here 3, but n could be anything, 5, 6, 7, anything. Let us assume, just to simplify the problem, n is 3. So n is 3. If n is 3 and n is 3, what that means? We have n disks. So if you can see here, these are the disks. Let us call it as, this is disk 1, this is disk 2, this is disk 3. You can name anything. Let us call it as disk or stones or whatever, any material, whatever you want to call it. Let us assume these are the disks. Fine. So we have n disk and we have 3 towers. This number is fixed. Tower is fixed. We would be having only 3 towers. N would be varying. Fine. So tower is fixed and n would be varying. So let us assume we have 3 disks, which is 1, 2, 3. They are placed such that the biggest disk would be at the bottom and the lightest, or the I would say the smallest disk would be on the top. If you can see here, first digit is on top, and the greater to this disk is on its bottom, and the greater to this disk is on its bottom also. So every digit or every disk would be in ascending order of their placement. Fine. Or of their size, or of their weight, or you can call it as anything. So these are the rules. This is tower of Hanoi. This is the only tower of Hanoi. And what you have to do, actually this is very famous problem. We used to call there is some history on this also. Like there is a temple, and inside that temple there are 3 towers, and these discs are placed, and if anybody can solve that, then he or she will be getting the prize. But there are some lots of condition in that, but I would not be explaining each and everything here. Let us come to our problem here first. Fine. So this is our tower of Hanoi, and what you have to do, you have to place all these digits, all these discs from this to this using this. You have to place all these discs using this particular tower into your second tower. Let us say this is B, sorry, this was your tower B, this was your tower A, this was your tower C. You have to place all the disk from A to B using C. This is the actual problem. If it is not clear to you, let us see here also. So these are the, I mean, this is the actual problem. This is the actual problem. What was problem? Let us say you have three towers A, B, C. You have to place all the disk from A to B using C. Following these three rules, we can see here, you are required to print the instruction, or you have to indirectly you have to print the instruction from where to where you are moving your disk. You have to print the instruction to move all disk from A to B using C. You have to move all your disk from A to B. You can use C. If you are like, if you can solve, or if you can move all your disk from A to B directly, then this is non mandatory, then you have to use. But trust me, you would be needing C. So that is why I'm mentioning it. Using C you can solve this, following these three rules. So what first rule says, you can move a single disk at a time. If you can see here, this is disk 1, this is disk 2, this is disk 3. You can move only one disk at a time. That means you cannot take these two disks and place both of them at here. This is not allowed. Fine. You can only choose only, or you can only pick one disk at once and you can place it here or here, whatever you want to place. This is our first rule. Second rule is, you cannot place a greater disk onto the top of a smaller disk. That means, I have already told you, you cannot place, let us say disk 1 was here, you cannot place disk 2 neither disk 3 over here, because smallest one is at the bottom. So smallest disk should be always on the top. Order should be in this order. Smaller should be always on the top. As you can see, this is smaller than this is smaller than this. Fine. This is smaller than this, then this is smaller than this. So this order should be maintained. Fine. And the third is, you can only place disk on the top. What this point means, this is actually very confusing. You can only place disk on the top. Let us say if there was a disk over here, disk 3 was here. So you cannot place disk 1 or 2 at the bottom of this disk. Only you can print, or you can place your disk at the top only. You cannot insert in between. So these are the three conditions which you have to follow, or these are the three rules, and you have to move all your disk from A to B. We have one configuration also for this, how we can do that. If you can see here, this is sample output. So, and this code is, this solution is for, I mean, there are three disks. So if you can see here, let us say we have three disks. We have these three towers. Look at very carefully. The problem statement require more explanation actually. Solution is very simple. You are going to laugh at me how we used to solve that. Fine. Let us assume this is the tower. These are the three disks. Fine. So this is tower A, this is tower B, and this is tower C. Fine. And there are these three disks into this. So disk are, let us say, this is first disk. Give me some time actually. Fine. So this is your first disk. Let us assume this is your first disk. This is your first disk. And this is your second disk. See it very carefully. I am following the rules also. I am putting a smaller disk at top. So this is your first disk. this is your first disk, this is your second, this is your third. Why only these three? Because we have n as 3. So these are the instructions. Using these instructions, you can place all your disk to be using C. Let us see how. Let us read them very carefully. Let us erase this tower actually. This is confusing us. Let us assume here we have tower. Fine, let us assume here we have tower. Let us assume. So what we have to do, first instruction was move one disk from A to B. Move this disk from A to B. This is better, na? So that is why I have removed this tower. Another thing is, this is your first instruction. Second instruction is move disk 2 from A to C. This is your second disk. Move it from A to C. Here. Another instruction is move disk 1 from B to C. Disk 1 is where? Disk 1 is here. So from B to C. See it very carefully. I am following the rules also. I am putting this first digit, first disk actually at the, I will have to remove this also and this also. Assume here we have towers. Fine. Assume here we have towers. So these are the towers. Assume. Now move, third instruction is move 1 from B to C. Move 1 from B to C. Can you verify all these conditions? On all the towers, you cannot move you can move a single disk at a time. You can see I am moving single disk at a time. You cannot place a greater disk, no smaller or no greater disk on the top of a smaller disk. You can verify. We can only place disk on the top. You can see I have placed disk on the top. So three instructions are done. Fourth instruction is move disk 3 from A to B. Move this disk from A to B. Move this disk from A to B. Fine. Now fifth instruction is move disk 1 from A to C. You have to move this disk from C to A actually. Yes, C to A. That is why I was confused. How can I move from C to A? This is your first, and it is confusing us. Fine. Now move your first disk from C to A. As you can see, I have moved it. Now move disk 2 from C to B. Move disk 2 from C to B. Let us move it. So you can see here I have smallest smallest disk at the top. Now last instruction is move disk 1 from A to B. Move disk 1 from A to B. And we are done. No instruction is left. That means our code is done. So if you can see here, let us verify all the points. You can only move single disk at a time. So if you can see here, I have moved only one disk at one time. Another thing is you cannot place a greater disk on the top of a smaller disk. You can see disk are in ascending order of their size. You can only place disk on top. As you can see, I have only placed disk on top, always on the top. So this is the question, and this is how we used to solve it. This is one configuration actually. There might be some another configuration also. I'm not going into that. Like you have placed your first disk from A to B, you can place here also. That would be your answer also. But if you want to submit your code onto my side, then my algorithm you will have to follow. But if you are getting your answer, and if your configuration is following the rules and printing or moving all the disk from A to B, that means your code is correct. Fine, do not worry on the correct answer part. Your code is correct. So this is how you used to solve the problem. This is the question is, and I want you to try this question at your own. This is the most complex problem over the recursion, and trust me, you cannot solve this problem using iteration also. This is more complex to solve this problem using iteration. That is where we need the recursion, and recursion is where recursion comes to rescue us. And let us see how we are going to solve the same problem with the recursion in a easy manner. So let us try this at your own. So this is the question and you have to try it, and if you can look at code, I have already provided you with the boilerplate code also. You just have to complete the function. So what function says? You have been provided 3 towers. If we can see here, you have been provided 3 towers A, B, C, and N. N is what? N would be number, and N could be till N. I have taken this input constraint as smaller because we might get a Stack Overflow exception. So that is why. So what you have to do, you would be provided tower. This is tower A, this is tower B, this is tower C, and you have to print your configuration to move all your towers from A to B using C. You can name as these as this is source and B is destination and C is mediator actually. So using these three configuration, you have to solve the code. So let us see how I am going to code it, or how I am going to approach this problem. Fine. So again, I will use my faith and expectation mechanism. How? Let us see. Recursion in like, what are the 3 steps in recursion? Expectation, faith, third is meet your faith with expectation. Fine. This is how we used to solve the problems related to recursion. Fine. So my expectation is, first of all, you have to clear your expectation. Expectation is, if I have a function, what? Firstly, let us see expectation in these way. Let us not go in that part. Let us say you have been provided a function called tower of Hanoi or TOH as tower A, tower B, and tower C, and a input as 3. Fine. So what is expectation? You have to move all your 3 disks from A to B using C. Look at this very carefully. You have to move all your disk from, like, all your 3 disks from A to B using C. This is your mediator. Fine. That means, if you can see here, we have 3 towers, and there are 3 disks which are placed over here. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3. What do you have to do? This is A, this is B, this is C. You have to move all these disks from A to B using C. Fine. So what you can do is, like, this is the temporary solution. This is a fake solution, but trust me, this fake solution will work for you. Let us say, like, we were having 3 rules. What was the rules? If you can see here, we were having these 3 rules. If you can move a single disk at a time. You cannot place a greater disk on the top of a smaller disk. You can only place disk on the top. Let us focus on this rule. You can move a single disk at a time. Let us assume we were not having this rule. Just for a span of a time. Just assume we were not having this rule. So what we could do is, only in 3 steps, what we could do is, we could pick up these 3, what? These 2 actually, which is n-1 also. These 2 disks from A to B. No, we could pick up these 3, these 2 disks from A to C. Let us put them. Let us say we have 2 here and we have 1 here, and we do not have disk here anymore. Just assume for some time, trust me, this will work. Just assume we have already put up these 2 these 2 disks from A to C, and now what you have to do, now put the third disk from A to B. Put the third disk from A to B. So this disk is not here anymore. Now what initially the first step was, this was your first step, this is your second step. First step was, you have chosen 2 disks from A to C and put it here. Last digit you have manually choose from A and put it to B. Now what you have to do, third step is, look at here very carefully, move again these 2 digits from C to B, which is move again these two disk. Sometimes I am calling disk as digits, so do not confuse with that. Digit is also disk, just for me, just for consider at this point of time. So this is second and this is what. I have moved this two disk from here to here. So can you see here we have already placed our all the disk from A to B using C. So this is how it is being placed, and the same mechanism I will use. If it is confusing to you, then do not worry. I will explain you also. I will explain here also. What was that? Like initial step was choose these two disks and move from A to C using B. Our expectation is our expectation is um, let us I'm going into this side. So let us say let us see. Fine. What was our, like, this was our expectation. You have to move your three disk from A to B using C. But our faith is, this is our expectation. Our faith is if I choose two disks from here and I want to place it here using B, then this, like, our faith is this work would be done automatically. That means if I pass two onto the same function, let us say you have to put two disks from A to C. So we already know that this function will do its job. If it is confusing to you, then let me explain here also. Like, this was our expectation, this is our faith. So there were three steps while solving this problem. When we were solving this problem by a fake mechanism. What was the mechanism? It was, first step was move your two disk from, or 2 or n minus 1, whatever you want to call it, 2 from A to C using B. This was your mediator this time. Fine. Initially your mediator is C, you can use C. Now we want is, we have to move our two disk from A to C using B. And second step was we have to move our third disk. This was 1 comma 2 actually. So third disk from A to B using C. Fine. And third step was move your these two digits from C to B again. So move your 1 comma 2 or 2, whatever you want to call it. This is the same here. Move your these two digits from C to A using A, C to B using A, C to B using A. So this problem was working for us actually, but the rule which were violating here, we were placing two disks at a time. So this was the rule which we were violating. So we have to take care of that also. Let us write the faith here. Let us write the faith actually. Faith was, if I have the same function, or let us try to write these three steps here only, because we have already seen these steps are working actually for us. But the only point is we are violating a rule. But trust me, you are not violating your rule also. How? Let us see. So like, these are the three steps. First step was move two disks from A to C using B. Move, like, I will call the same function, move two disks or n minus 1 from A to C. So this was your source, this was your destination initially, and this was your mediator. But now your destination is changed. You have to move to C. So you have to move from A to C using B. So mediator would be here. And so this was your first step. Second step was move what? Move third disk from, or nth. This is nth also. Move your nth disk from A to B. So what we'll do, either we can call this function, but rather than this, what we could do, we could simply write a print statement that move your nth disk from A to B. You can write using C, or it is not mandatory also, because if you can see here in the output, we do not have to write the using tower. We are not required to print the using tower. We just have to write the instruction from where to where we were moving and which disk we are moving. So this is what you have to do. You can print here also, and like your two steps are completed. Third step is you have to put these two disks back into your B from C. So this time what you will do, you have to move two disks again from C to B. So from is your source. So C would be source and destination would be B. So B is your destination and helper is A, because you are moving these two disks from C to B using A. So A would be your helper. And this is done. This is the code which we have to do, and one base condition is remaining. I will come to that also, but let us focus on that. Let us try to come here again. Let me write the code and then we'll come to the, or let me explain it once more also. So these were the point. Choose to disk from here and put these two to here, and second step was choose this digit, put it here, and now choose again these two digit, put it here. Eventually we will be getting this shape. That means our answer is correct and we are following all the three rules. But here, if you can see here manually, then we are in doubt that we are violating a rule of moving two disk asset at a time, or more than one. But trust me, it is not. How it is not? This is the beauty of recursion, and let us write the code, then we'll analyze. So let us try to write the code now. So this is your expectation that these are the towers which we have been provided, and this is the number of disks which we have been provided as ns3. Fine. So we were having three steps. One was move two disks from A to C using B, and move, second step was like this is first, this is second, this is third. You have to move these two disks from A to B using C. So put these two and move them to here like this to 1, and move this third disk from A to B using C. So A to B, this is third disk. So second step is you have to move from third disk from, this is 1 comma 2 actually, from A to B using C. Third step is you have to move these these and -1 or 2 disks from C to B again. So 1 comma 2, this and this is similar, from C to B using A. These three steps I will be writing here. So look at very carefully. First step is tower of an eye. I will use the same function. I have to move n-1 disk, n-1 disk from where to where? From A to C using B. Fine. So I have to do like this. Second step is I have to move third disk or the nth disk from A to B. So for that I will be writing the print statement. So if you can see here, I have added the feature of auto suggestion or auto complete. So you can treat like you can use it now more confidently. And in which format I have to print? Look at here very carefully. I have to print in this format, move disk and the disk name from A to B and A to C, whatever. So move, which like here what I am doing, second step of move third disk, which is nth disk. So move nth disk from A to B Yes, and we do not have to write us using here also. Why? Because if you can see here, I have not, I'm not expecting from you that you have to write using also. We could write using here also, no problem. But I have set the expected output like this. You do not have to write the using here. I could write using, but I like have uh, exclude that part. And after that, you have to print one dot also. Why dot? Because if you can see here, I have set in the expected output that you have to print one dot also. So that is why. If you will not do not print a dead dot, then you are not going to get your status as correct answer. Your code would be correct, but you will not get correct answer. So for that, you will have to write the dot. Third step is you have to move. Uh, third step is you have to move these two digits to disk which we have placed back to tower B. So from C to B using a how many disks n minus 1 or 2. 2 is what? 3 minus 1. So we are done with the code. Only one thing is remaining, which is a base case. What is the base case? Base case is very simple in this particular problem. How? Let us say if you have been asked that you have to move 0 disk. If I asked you, you have to move 0 disk from tower A to B or C, then what you will do? Indirectly, I am asking you to do nothing actually, because I do not have any disk. Then what I will do? So in that case, this would be your base case, and if n is 0, then return from here. Just return from here. Fine. So we are done with our code, and let us try to execute it. Our input is 3. Let us see what is the output which we are getting. So we do have a compilation error, which is line number 17. On line number 17, move. Okay, so we have not placed plus here. Let us see. Now we are getting our answer as correct, but we are getting wrong answer. That means we have mistake somewhere. We have to move from move. Okay, so we have not written disk actually. You can see here we have to write disk also. Disk. Only code was correct. Only sample input and output was wrong. So now you can see we are getting correct answer. That means our code is correct and we are getting correct answer also. Like what we are getting, if you can see here, we are getting these instructions similar to this, which are required to move 3 disks from A to B using C. If our input was, let us say, if we have been given 5 disks, that means you have to move 5 disks from, let us say, if input was like this, you have been given 5 disks and you have to move all these disks from A to B using C. So these instructions would be required, these many instructions. Fine. So look at this, how you can solve this problem using iteration method, using loops. That is not possible. That is possible, but that is too much complex. So that is why recursion comes to rescue us. And look at this, only using 3 lines we did our code and we are getting our output as correct. You can dry run this code yourself also, because if I'm going to dry run this code again, then this will make a video of 2 hours. So that is why I'm skipping it, but I am leaving on you. You should have one dry run, at least one dry run of your problem for n is equal to 2 or n is equals to 3 or 4. That is why, or that's how you are going to understand the problems of recursion. Fine. So I hope I was able to explain you the concept of this recursion and the printing or moving the disk from tower A to B using C or tower of Noi problem. Still, if you have any concern on, or if you do have any doubt, then you should reiterate this video or you should comment down below. I will be replying there. And you can connect with me over LinkedIn also. We can discuss any kind of query also. And if you like, if you are loving this project which I have made, you can watch here a solution from here also. Currently it is no solution. If you are loving this content or if you love this project, then you can subscribe to the channel also, because I'm going to add more features into this, as well as adding more content to the DSA series. You can see here, this is our DSA series. We have covered topics so far till here. We have not covered dynamic programming till yet, but just for my testing purpose, I have added one topic. We are going to cover each topic from very basic to advanced. And if you can see here, if you come to site, I have added the feature of editor also. If you want the separate compiler, then also you have one feature. You can write your sample code here, you can provide input here, you will get output here. So everything is provided to you. You just have to code. You do not have to do anything, you just have to code. You can change your font, theme and language, whatever you want to choose. And there are two themes which I really like. One is terminal and another one is this Dracula. I really like this theme, but that is out of context, but you can try this at your own also. Fine. Like of course you will be needing to submit your code on a platform. So I'm providing you a platform, you can submit your code here also. We have not tried to submit our code actually. Oh, we lost our code. I would be adding the feature of having or remembering the code also, do not worry. But the code which we did here, if you can see here, we have code here also. So this was like I was having dry run at my own just for my learning. So this is the code which we were having. Fine. So you just have to try this code your own, and this is it from my side for this particular video. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.